Hey, welcome to this week's episode of Sandy Destination Cruise News YouTube. I'm Danny, and this is.
Destiny.
Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the world of Carnival and all of their different kid friendly offerings that they have. So Destiny, what type of offerings do they have? You've been in all three of them through your years of cruising.
Yeah, they have Camp Ocean, which is for little younger ones, and then they have Circle C, which is teens, and then they have Club O2, which is for more older, like 16 through 17, I think it is.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. I mean, right now, unfortunately, with COVID and everything, we've got the Camp Ocean that's not being offered currently. So, but what was some of your experiences in Camp Ocean for people wanting to know? What's some of the stuff you did and things like that?
Well, Camp Ocean, that was a long time ago. They did like just little fun activities for the kids, colored stuff like that.
That's not much of a deep dive.
I was
I'm
like 3 when I went there.
Okay. Well, I mean, they do have obviously babysitting
Mhm.
for later night if parents want to choose to have them babysat so they can go out and do all the fun things at night. There is a charge for that. That's something I never opted to do. Both myself and my wife, we never chose to do that. So, there was different things obviously. I'm sure there's more than just coloring
Yeah,
and
I think they did Build-A-Bears at one point too, but you
okay.
had to pay for those,
Okay.
of course.
Well, let's hope your memory is a little bit better for this next one. We
Yeah.
then have what's the next level?
Circle C.
And I believe that starts at age 12.
Yeah, I think it's like 12 to 16, 12,
Okay.
16.
And currently, the protocols on that one are you have to be vaccinated in order to participate in the club. So anybody that has chose to be unvaccinated, you will not be able to participate in the club currently until protocols change. But what are some of the things that you did in that club?
So Circle C and Club O2 is kind of similar. Uh, it was really fun. Depending on the parents, you can either choose to let your children sign out by themselves or not. So that was a really good option, I think, for the parents. And then they did scavenger hunts around the boat. So they give you like a piece of paper. They tell you go find certain things. Like some of them will say a guy with a hairy back, or ask someone to jump in the pool. You'll have to take videos and stuff like that. Now, you might get in trouble for asking someone to jump in the pool because that's not allowed. But it is on the scavenger hunt list. So, um, yeah, there's a bunch of fun little things like that. They have PlayStations in there. They have Wii.
Whee! Oh, not that type of Wii, though. Oh,
No,
okay.
not that type. A lot of us played Just Dance on the Wii. That was a really fun thing. And they had just a lot of little fun things going on. And they have hour to hour schedules, everything like that. They have certain times that they're closed for dinner and
Okay.
stuff like that.
So, I mean, what else did they do, though? I mean, you play games, scavenger hunts. Uh, I mean, what type of did you find it easy to make friends in there?
Yes and no, because people usually come in groups sometimes, and they
Okay.
already have their friends,
Gotcha.
so you kind of just chill.
But I mean, did did you find it to where it kind of excluded you, or I mean, were you able to incorporate into said groups and everything after after like an initial day or whatever? Were you
Yeah,
inclusive? Because I know you know when you first started going, it was a situation where you felt kind of by yourself and alone, and then by the end of the cruise,
Mhm.
you know, you didn't want to leave because
You always found someone.
you had made these bonds and everything with all these other friends that you had made.
Mhm.
Some of which I think you still talk to today.
Yeah, I have one of them from Canada that I still talk to here and there.
Gotcha. All right, and then the final club is Club O2,
O2.
and it's up until 18 years of age.
This 17.
Is it 17?
I
Okay,
believe so.
well, 17, 18, something like that. Right before you turn into adult, obviously.
Yeah.
Uh, with the pandemic and everything, I think you were able to get in there one time before the pandemic hit.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so what was the difference between the middle age and the older age group?
Honestly, there's not that much of a difference. You have a little more freedom in the older group because they don't have much as planned. I believe the older group, the schedule goes out till I believe like 1 a.m. But I
Okay.
think the middle age group goes till maybe about 12 or 11. I think that's really the only difference.
Okay. So I mean, obviously, with the later difference and everything in times, what is there to do on a cruise ship that late at night for children?
So that late at night we go to like the eating area. We'll all grab like ice cream or something, and we'll sit down
Mm.
at a table.
And we all know ice cream is one of the most
Oh yeah.
important parts of a cruise ship.
Oh yes.
That and eating. I mean,
Especially the strawberry ice cream. That's my favorite, and it's always hard to find.
well, I did see that on the new Mardi Gras ship, they're going to have gelato ice cream.
Hmm.
So that looks interesting.
Yeah, I would.
So I mean, you know, with the activities and everything, let's talk a little bit about how they kept you safe in the clubs. What were some of the rules and regulations that they had in place so you felt safe, or somebody else couldn't pick you up, or you couldn't just leave willy nilly, stuff like that. What's some of the things they did there?
Well, see, their parents had the choice if we could leave ourselves or not. Now in Club O2, I don't think they actually give the parents that choice. It's up to the child and what their parents decide. Now, if like a random person comes into the club, they'll tell them that they need to get out.
Stranger danger, stranger danger.
Basically, what it is. They'll tell them that they need to get out. It's only a kids' club, so.
Okay. Did you ever see that actually happen?
Yes.
Okay.
It's happened plenty of times because we were having like a dance party with our disco ball, and people would come in there thinking it's for adults.
That's a
Come
little
in there.
creepy. All right, but then once you got into the older group, you yourself were able to come and go, kind of, sort of as you please,
Oh
correct?
yeah, they didn't care when you came and go.
Okay. So then, when it came to like food and stuff like that, you yourself have some dietary restrictions. You're allergic to a couple of items. What did they do to help accommodate for that?
Now they did. Different cruise ships are different, but the last one that we had went on, they made like these pina coladas, like virgin pina coladas, and those didn't have dairy in them.
Okay.
So that was good.
Well,
and then
can't go wrong with a virgin pina colada.
that's true.
I mean, for that matter, you can't go wrong with pina colada, period. Virgin or not.
And then the snacks were pretty like universal. It was more like chips. A lot of times it would be cookies, and that's where it kind of got me. But you know, it's a cruise ship. They're not really gonna have gluten-free cookies. I guarantee it.
Well,
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe in the past year and a half since the pandemic, they decided making gluten-free cookies. We'll find out when we go on our cruise here in a
Yes,
couple months. So.
we will.
So I mean, you know, we're going on the Mardi Gras here in October. What are you excited about that?
Oh, very excited. I'm ready to get back on cruises. It's
Yeah.
been too long.
Yeah, we had to reschedule a couple and everything. You know, so this will be because of your age. This will be the last time you're able to go into one of the kids' clubs because of your age. What's your thoughts on that? What do you think how are you going to feel?
Um, it's kind of a mixed motions because once I turn 18, I won't be able to be in the club. But that means I won't make as many friends. I'll have to hang out with you.
Aww.
That's the upside.
Well, you could always just go to hot tubs at movie time and just, sit with other people
That was
and find
Desiree.
people and talk to people and stuff like that. So, you
But
could.
that's socialization.
What's
Why
wrong
would
with
I do that?
socialization? I mean, you're a very sociable person.
Sometimes.
So, one of the exciting things on Mardi Gras coming up, I just want to kind of touch base with that, uh, for kids, they have the new Bolt roller coaster,
That looked really fun.
first of its kind on a cruise line. From what I understand, there's going to be a charge to ride it. They haven't announced the price of it yet, but what do you? Is that something on your bucket list of things to do during the cruise?
I mean, I'd say so. I think one roller coaster ride should be sufficient.
So you don't think it would be scary being on that thing and then going over the side of the boat where you can see the water down below and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I think that would be very scary. And the last boat we went on had the water slide over the water a bit, and that scared me too. So
And speaking of water slides, the Mardi Gras is going to have water slides as well. Of course, there are no charges for the water slides. You just have to wait your turn and get in line, and away you go. Now, for some of the younger kids, on all the ships, they have the Dr. Seuss stuff. Of course, that's for young kids. But if you're young at heart, who wouldn't want a green eggs and ham breakfast?
I was about to say the same thing. Green eggs and ham can't go wrong.
Now, unfortunately, with COVID, though, that is something that's not going on currently as well. A lot of the younger kids programs are, because of the vaccine and unvaccinated, just for the safety of all the employees and other children and stuff like that. That's something that they had to do. I completely understand it. Honestly, I just want to cruise. So I'm more than happy to have that vaccination and being able to get on a boat with no masks and no nothing.
Oh yeah.
So, other than the water slides, there's going to be other water attractions. There's multiple pools in this boat. There's a couple of aft pools also with infinity. They're infinity pools. So I mean, you're right at the very back of the boat, and all you see is ocean at the end of the pool. I mean, it looks stunning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you saw that the other day. What's your thoughts on a pool like that?
Oh, I think it's gonna be nice.
You don't think the glass is going to crack and you'll just slide on out into the ocean?
That's always a fear of mine.
Get chopped up by the propellers, sucked under, becoming some fish food at that point.
Oh yeah, that's some great thoughts right there. Thank you.
Well, that's not going to happen.
No, it won't.
But
it's made very sturdy.
Oh, I'm sure it is. The glass that holds pools is very thick and stuff like that. So, it's an infinity pool. It's made to hold water and stuff like that. So, I mean, what's your overall feel on cruising in general since you've started cruising? I mean, what is it that keeps wanting you to cruise again?
The one thing is not having internet. I love to always just take a couple of days off from everything. Social media, it's relaxing to me.
And that's coming from a teenager, folks. You're talking about not wanting to be connected 24/7. How can that be?
Well, it's just being on a screen 24/7 isn't what you want to do, especially when you go to school and everything, because you're always on a screen at school too.
True. But I mean, you have your social life. I mean, you disconnect from your social life. What won't you go like start just shaking, going through withdrawal and stuff like that?
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen.
Oh, I bet it does for some people though.
Yeah, probably.
And for those people, they do have social media uh, options for you that you can pay for. You know, if you did so choose to not want to be disconnected from reality. I mean, I'm with you on that. You know, I carry my phone around with me, but it's solely for taking pictures,
Hmm.
or in this case, you know, with the new protocols to scan those QR codes that they're going to have so I can look at the menus, have the fun times. Carnival Fun app, you know, that's going to be your go-to item because the fun times aren't going to be in your stateroom anymore. If you want a paper copy, you can get one, but you know, you have to go to the desk up front to get it. They won't just give it to you. But that's what the Carnival app's for, the Carnival Hub app for. So
That's one thing that I like about the app. Well, another thing, because they have the texting app on there. Doesn't require internet, nothing like that. You can text the people that you're with on that cruise. And that's the one thing that I like about it because even though you don't have internet, you can still keep in contact with your family members, friends, asking where they're at to go meet them, something like that. It's a pretty big ship, and you can't wander around all around that ship, you know?
yeah, and you know, I do very much like it. We have had a few instances where the messages, for some reason or another, don't go through in a timely manner. Uh, I've been told that that's just due to the internet connectivity on the board the vessels. Uh, Supposedly, the Mardi Gras is going to be state of the art, and it's not going to have those issues supposedly. So we'll see when that happens. And there is a $5, I believe it's $5 per person charge for the texting portion of that app if you so choose. But it is a nice convenience to be able to keep in touch with your family and friends.
It'd be a lot cheaper than paying for internet the whole way.
That is true. That is true because even your social media, which is the cheapest option, you're not allowed to do. I believe it's just accessing Facebook and things like that. I don't think it's accessing Messenger, but it could be. I don't know offhand for sure. So, I mean, Carnival Cruise Line is the only cruise line that you've had the privilege of cruising on. Uh, I mean, what do you think of Carnival cruises as a whole?
I mean, I think it's a really good company as a whole. There's not much wrong with it in my eyes, but you know more about it than I do.
Well, what about the cruise directors? Do they seem entertaining to you?
Yeah, especially the one that we've had like 3 cruises in a row. He keeps coming on the same cruises as us, and we really liked him.
Yeah, he is not one of them, and I can't think of his name for the life of me at the moment. But he's not one of them that's currently back in service with any of the ships out there. Uh, you know, hopefully he will come back
Mm-hmm.
because I know quite a few cruise directors have retired over the past year and a half or found other employments during the process too. Uh, I did see that one of the people that we've had on a couple of our cruises, she's going to be back on the ship. So one of the fun people there. So you know, I'm looking forward to this cruise, and we're going to talk more in detail about the Mardi Gras in weeks to come. Different eating, different activities, different. We'll go over all the different ports of calls and everything like that in the weeks to come, leading up to it. We'll even talk about what to pack and all that to help people out there. You know, because packing before the cruise is a very important part.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
so you know you need to plan all that out ahead of time, and always bring extra suitcases. That way you have a place to put all your extra goodies that you end up buying at all the different ports of call.
Oh yeah.
So, what are your final thoughts on the kids clubs?
I think they're pretty great. I think they could have maybe a little more activities because there are some times when it's just, hang around. I think that's what they call it. You just sit around
Hang
and
around time.
yeah, play games. They do crafts and stuff. So I think it's pretty good as a whole. I just think they should have like more activities.
Okay. And hopefully, obviously the older you get, the less active
Yeah.
scheduled activities there's going to be because grown-ups, well, grown-ups feel that they need to do whatever they want to do. I use the word grown-ups very loosely for you too. So you feel you're grown up, you act like you're grown up. So I guess that's somewhat good.
That's something.
So until next week, I guess we'll sign off here. Just letting there's Caribbean blue waters and a big boat in everybody's future. And until you can see it again, until you can see it for yourself, we'll talk to you next time. Have a great day.
Have a good day.